continue with the biological classification, and in that we shall start with the second kingdom, that is Protista. So this kingdom Protista, it includes all unicellular eukaryotes. Now here unicellular means the body is made up of single cell, and the meaning of eukaryote, it means they have a true nucleus. Now this kingdom is divided into 5 groups. So the first group is chrysophytes. The first group is chrysophytes. Its examples are diatoms, and desmids. Now chrysophytes, they are microscopic, means they are very small, they can be seen under the microscope. So they are microscopic. Then they are aquatic. Aquatic means they are present in water, right? So they may be found in fresh water or in seas and oceans. They are photosynthetic, means they synthesize their food by photosynthesis. Now diatoms have cell walls which have silica, right? Silica is a mineral. Now these diatoms, when they die, they settle down at the bottom of seas and they form a layer that is called diatomaceous earth. So what is this diatomaceous earth? See here, diatoms, when they die, they settle down at the bottom of sea and they form a layer which is called diatomaceous earth, right? Now this diatomaceous earth, it is composed of cell walls of diatoms, right? So this particular soil, that is diatomaceous earth, it has different uses, right? So it is used in polishing, it is used in polishing, even it is used in filtration of oils. So those are the uses of diatomaceous earth. It is used in polishing. It is used in polishing different articles, wooden articles, etc. Even it is used in filtration of oils. So you may expect a question here: what is diatomaceous earth? Or mention the uses of diatomaceous earth. Then the second group in Protista. The second group is dinoflagellates. So dinoflagellates include an example. So this is the example, Gonilax, right? It is the example of dinoflagellates. So the characters of dinoflagellates, as the name indicates, they have 2 flagella, right? So 2 flagella are present which may act as locomotory organs. Locomotory organs means organs which help in movement, that is locomotion. Then the other features, they are aquatic, mainly marine. Marine means they are found in seawater or seas and oceans. Even they are photosynthetic, right? Means they exhibit autotrophic mode of nutrition. Now these dinoflagellates, they have different colors, right? So one example we can take is red. So red dinoflagellates, right? Whose example is Gonilax. Now these red dinoflagellates, what they do? They reproduce, they multiply, right? They multiply in seawater, they increase in number, and the number increases to such an extent that the seawater appears red. And this condition is called red tide. So here you may expect questions. What is red tide? Or you may expect a question, give one example of red dinoflagellate. So you have to write this example. Then the next group in case of Protista, right? It is the next group is euglenoids. Its example is euglena. So euglenoids like euglena, they are freshwater forms, means they are found in freshwater. Freshwater means the water found in rivers, lakes, ponds. It is called freshwater, right? The water which is not salty, it is freshwater. So euglena or euglenoids, they are found in freshwater. They have two flagella, right? Euglena has two flagella. Euglena has two flagella, where one is short, another one is long. Now these flagella, they are locomotory organs in euglena. Now euglena also has a outer covering, right? It has an outer covering that is called pellicle. So pellicle is the outer covering of euglena, right? Which is a layer of protein. So it is a protein layer that forms the outer covering, and it is called pellicle. So here we may expect certain questions, right? Give one example of euglenoid. So it is euglena. Or you may expect a question, what is pellicle? So pellicle is the protein layer that forms the outer covering of euglena. Then the next group of Protista is called slime molds. So here the example of slime molds. Example is stemonite. So slime molds or stemonites, they are saprophytic Protista. Slime molds are saprophytic Protista. They are called saprophytic Protista because they depend on dead organisms or dead organic matter. So here you may expect a question. What are slime molds? One more question. So you have to write slime molds are saprophytic Protista. Then the fifth group of Protista. The fifth group of Protista are protozoans. Now these protozoans, they are again unicellular, that is single cell, and they are heterotrophs. So all protozoans, they are heterotrophs. They are heterotrophs. They are heterotrophs because they depend on other animals. Now these protozoans, they are further divided into different groups. So we shall consider the groups of protozoans. So the first group of protozoans, it is amoeboid protozoans. Then the second group, it is flagellated protozoans. The next group is ciliated protozoans. Right? So amoeboid protozoans, flagellated protozoans, ciliated protozoans, and sporozoan protozoans. So these are the groups of protozoa. So first we shall consider amoeboid protozoans. So here the examples, they are amoeba, and entamoeba. So these are the common examples of amoeboid protozoans. Now these amoeboid protozoans, they may be aquatic. Here amoeba is a free living form, right? Amoeba is a free living form. Amoeba is a free living form. Free living form means they live freely in water. They capture the food materials present in water and they survive, right? Whereas entamoeba is parasitic form. Entamoeba is a parasitic form. It is a parasite, right? It depends on other organisms. Now here one important feature is pseudopodia. So amoeba, right? Amoeba has pseudopodia. Here pseudopodia are false feet, right? So amoeba has pseudopodia which perform the function of locomotion, that is movement, and food capture, means they capture their food. So these are the two functions performed by pseudopodia. Then the second group is flagellated protozoans. Now flagellated protozoans, their example is Trypanosoma. So Trypanosoma is a flagellated protozoan. So this Trypanosoma, it has flagellum. Trypanosoma has flagellum, which is a locomotory organ, right? The organ which is used in movement or locomotion. It is called locomotory organ. So flagellum is the locomotory organ of Trypanosoma. So Trypanosoma is parasitic form, right? Trypanosoma is a parasitic form. It is a parasite, right? It is a parasite which causes a disease. That disease is called sleeping sickness. So here you may expect questions. Name the parasite which causes sleeping sickness. So you have to write Trypanosoma. Or give an example of flagellated protozoan. So you write Trypanosoma. The next we shall consider the third group, that is ciliated protozoans. So ciliated protozoans, it includes the example, it is Paramecium, right? So Paramecium is the common example of ciliated protozoans. Now here, So paramecium is aquatic, right? It is aquatic, found in freshwater bodies. It has locomotory organs called cilia, right? So body is covered by many cilia, which are locomotory organs. So cilia are very small, right? They are very small structures which cover the entire body and they help in locomotion, right? So cilia is the locomotory organ of paramecium. Now this paramecium, it has a cavity, right? Paramecium has a cavity, or you can call it as an opening, that is called gullet. Now this gullet, it is meant for entry of food inside the body. So food from the water enters into the body of paramecium through gullet. So here we may expect a 1 mark question. What is gullet? Or mention the function of gullet. Or we may expect a question, mention the locomotory organ of paramecium. Then the last group in protozoans is sporozoan protozoans, right? So sporozoans, its example is Plasmodium. So Plasmodium is commonly known as malarial parasite. So Plasmodium is a parasite which causes a disease which is called malaria. That's why it is called malarial parasite. Now this group is called sporozoa or sporozoan protozoans, because in the life cycle of Plasmodium there is a stage, right? There is an infectious spore stage in the life cycle. Because of that, this group is called sporozoa or sporozoan protozoans. So those are the 4 groups of protozoa. So with this we shall conclude this video and we shall continue with the another kingdom in the next video. Thank you.